How to care for yourself. In old age Buddhist wisdom, there comes a quiet moment in life when nothing around you has changed, yet something inside has. You may be standing in the kitchen waiting for water to boil, or looking out a familiar window, when you notice that this body now asks for more care than it once did. Not because it is failing, but because it has carried you far. Our culture tells us aging is something to resist, to hide, or to fix. But Buddhist wisdom offers a different understanding. Aging is not a mistake. It is endurance. It is experience. It is a call to meet yourself with deeper kindness. 1. Body kindness. Listening instead of judging. Many people wake up in later life and immediately feel disappointment toward their bodies. The stiffness, the slower movement, and the heaviness in the limbs can trigger a quiet judgment. Something is wrong with me. But in Buddhist wisdom, the body is not failing, it is communicating. This body has carried you through decades of living, through work and love, grief and joy. When it now asks for gentleness, it is not a sign of decline, it is a sign of wisdom. The Buddha taught that the body is the first foundation of mindfulness. Begin each morning with a pause. Lie still, feel your breath, and greet your body with gratitude instead of demand. 2. Mindful eating. Nourishment as self-respect. As the years pass, eating often becomes quieter and sometimes emptier. Maltiden are rushed or eaten without much thought. From a Buddhist perspective, eating is not simply about fuel, it is a relationship. In Zen traditions, meals are treated as a form of meditation. You don't need a monastery to practice this. You only need a pause before eating. Look at the food, take 3 slow breaths, and tell your nervous system that you are safe. Eat until you are 80% full. Treat yourself as you would a respected guest, because you are one. Mindful eating is a quiet reminder your life still deserves care and dignity. 3. Gentle movement, participation, not performance. As the body ages, fear around movement often grows. Fear of pain or falling. But movement in later life is not about performance or strength. It is about participation. The body does not need to prove anything. The Buddha himself practiced walking meditation, not to reach a destination, but to be fully present with each step. A 10-minute walk is enough. Even stretching while seated in a chair counts. Every step and gentle stretch is a quiet way of saying yes to life. 4. Keeping the mind alive. Curiosity over decline. After 60, many people stop learning because they believe the story that growth belongs only to the young. In Buddhist wisdom, this is a misunderstanding. Zen traditions speak of beginner's mind, the ability to meet each moment with openness and freshness. A mind that remains curious does not grow old. Read a few pages, solve a puzzle, or return to an interest you postponed years ago. Now is the perfect time to learn, because you no longer need to prove anything to anyone. 5. Emotional heart care. Feeling without hardening. By later life, the heart carries decades of love, loss, and regret. What we avoid feeling does not disappear, it hardens over time. This weight becomes exhaustion or bitterness. Buddhist psychology suggests the RAIN method. Recognize what you are feeling. Allow it to be there without rushing to fix it. Investigate with kindness, noticing where it lives in the body. Nurture yourself with compassion. Forgiveness is not denial. It is releasing the hot coal of anger that only burns you. A softer heart comes from loosening your grip on the past. 6. Sacred rest. Sleep as trust. For many, sleep becomes uncertain in later life. In Buddhist understanding, rest is not a failure of strength. It is an act of trust. Sleep asks us to surrender control, create a rhythm, go to bed at the same time, and dim the lights an hour before. Before lying down, thank your legs for carrying you and your heart for its endurance. If you wake during the night, do not argue with sleep. Night thoughts are often distorted. No decisions need to be made in the dark. Rest is not laziness, it is wisdom. 7. Spiritual connection. Turning inward. When the noise of ambition fades, the inner world finally has space to speak. This is not a crisis, it is an opening. The Buddha taught that within each person, there is an inner light deeper than your roles or achievements. Begin simply. Sit quietly for 5 minutes a day and focus on the breath. Practice gratitude by naming 3 ordinary things you are thankful for, like warm light through a window or a cup of tea. Your life itself is a teaching, not because it was perfect, but because it was lived. Conclusion. These 7 habits are not rules, but invitations to meet yourself with patience. Caring for your body, mind, and spirit is not something you earn by being productive. It is something you deserve simply because you are alive. It is never too late to begin again. Every breath is a new beginning.